What's going on, you guys? This merry-go-round of Hollywood bargains for young and old is about to provide a complete breakdown of the best Warner Brothers sound effects. Crash, bang, boom. Picked up for $3.99. In other words, you're watching the thrift store rundown, bringing Hollywood home on a budget. As you can guess from the cover of this case, with Bugs Bunny, this is all Looney Tunes. Nearly all of the nearly 100 sound effects in here are the works of Treg Brown. If you don't know who he is, read the liner notes contained in the pamphlet. But basically, Treg Brown was Warner Brothers Animation's go-to guy in the early 30s for foolhardy Foley. If you don't know what Foley is, without boring you, it's all the sound effects designed and recorded for whatever you're watching, whether it be on the silver screen or the small screen. Here we see here a photograph of Treg Brown in action. The sound effects are categorized into categories that are sure to get your attention. That is, if you read the back of the case and this pamphlet. Bugs top 10, Daffy's bottom 10, Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck, and you know which one of the two is superior. Oh look, the pretty dreadful down go boom. We also have here answering machine messages from the Looney Tunes cast, and voice actors Joe Alasky, Billy West, and Dave Dorey, who, by the way, is also one of 3 Acme Industries jingle vocalists, alongside Phil Barron, who is the executive producer for this album, and Elizabeth Lamas, trained Warner Brothers Animation session vocalist. You might have heard her singing on many a great 1990s Warner Brothers Animation project, Tiny Toons Adventures, Hysteria, Freakazoid, and my favorite, Animaniacs. As far as the sound effects go, other categories include sounds to scare your mom, a little culture just to laugh, harebrained theater, and again, by Acme Industries commercial interludes, with jingles and even more funny sound effects. Now I find this a little bit funny, not for commercial use. Really? Then why did I pick this up for $3.99? And trust me, I'm not actually loony about that particular price. I mean, I bought straight-up music soundtracks for prices less than this. But considering that this wasn't even meant to be sold to begin with, in fact, it was prohibited from being sold for promotional use only. Sale or other transfers prohibited. Must be returned on demand of a recording company. Given that, I guess the price is something to be loony about. Never mind the fact that this was definitely not meant to be sold. However, Kid Rhino and Kids WB dared to do the impossible. And if you think this was loony, then why don't you check out one of these 2 game shows for your CD and cassette called You Don't Know Doc, Coast to Coast Edition and Acme Wise Guy Edition. Test your wits against the Looney Tunes half-wits while listening to this hilarious radio quiz show, complete with trivia, zany sound effects, audible Acme commercials, and world-famous Looney Tunes music, perfect at home on road trips, fun for ages 8 to 98. 2 brain-teasing editions, collect them both. Join Bugs Bunny as he hosts the craziest audio quiz show ever. This was manufactured in 2000, so obviously they couldn't get Mel Blanc to do Bugs Bunny or Daffy Duck or whoever, the man of 1,000 voices. But Joe Alasky was my favorite Bugs Bunny, and I grew up hearing him as Bugs because one of my favorite films during the early 2000s, the area really I flowered the most, was Looney Tunes Back in Action. God rest his soul, as well as Mel Blanc's. This CD also features masterful musical moments from the great Carl Stalling, like Welcome to Wacky Land, Marching Pink Elephants, Stage Fights, 2 Dogs, a Bird, and a Bone, calling Dr. Porky and Porky in Wacky Land. Contrary to popular belief, Carl Stalling did not write either of the 2 Looney Tunes themes, which open and closes this CD here, like the merry-go-round broke down, or Merrily We Roll Along. However, you'll be hearing many of his masterful musical moments with and without sound effects interspersed throughout this album. And given everything you've heard from me, this is getting a straight up 5 out of 5. The fact that this wasn't meant to be sold makes me feel a little villainous. I'm sure you're gonna go loony over this too. After all, its versatility is equally as awesome. It's perfect for parties, home videos, computers, and answering machine messages. Over 100 cartoon sound effects. Well, I disagree. Nearly 100. I mean, we had the masterful musical moments, the voice acting in here, and of course the Acme Industries jingles. But you know what? More than enough fun for anyone to get a little tiny, a little toony, and a lot more than just a little loony.
That's all, folks.
But wait, that's not all, folks. Speaking of home videos, I am more than well aware of the passing of a certain true OG home video aficionado of the late 80s and early 90s. Actor, comedian, TV host Bob Saget at the age of 65. To that I say, as Keyshawn Johnson would say on ESPN, come on, man! The following tribute to Bob Saget, in his memory, and in the spirit of Looney Tunes, will be anything but somber. Welcome back to AFV. Tonight we're taking a look at some hilarious literal slip-ups by way of Patterson, New Jersey native David Romero, who just can't seem to look both ways, even at home.
Hello guys, it's me, Dan. That hurt.
By the time I'm 18, I can touch this.
And now for the grand prize winner, when a driveway soccer match ends up with a lot more than just jaws dropping.
Hurry up.
Well, that's our show for now. Honey, if you're watching this, you know where I'll be. Right here at home, thanking my lucky stars that I'm not as accident prone as David is. And you wonder why he has a lifelong dreadful fear of bananas. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching TSR. Now, to see another awesome review like this one, click here. If you want to become a Hollywood bargain hunter, click here to subscribe. Now catch you on the thrift side.